Have you been wondering what the book Feeling Good by David Burns is about, but don't have the time to read it? In this video we are going to summarize the book and extract all the core messages. Hey, it's Grace from 5 Minute Summary, where we cover the core messages of books and contents in 5 minutes. If you are new here, make sure you click that subscribe button. Let's get into it. Your moods are created by your cognitions, or thoughts. A cognition refers to the way you look at things, your perceptions, mental attitudes, and beliefs. It includes the way you interpret things, what you say about something or someone to yourself. You feel the way you do right now because of the thoughts you are thinking at this moment. The negative thoughts which cause your emotional turmoil nearly always contain gross distortions, and that twisted thinking is a major cause of your suffering. Every time you feel depressed about something, try to identify a corresponding negative thought you had just prior to and during the depression. Why? Because these thoughts have actually created your bad mood. By learning to restructure them, you can change your mood. Your emotions result entirely from the way you look at things. There are 10 cognitive distortions. All or nothing thinking. You evaluate your personal qualities in extreme, black or white categories. All or nothing thinking forms the basis for perfectionism. It causes you to fear any mistake or imperfection. This makes you feel inadequate and worthless. Overgeneralization. You arbitrarily conclude that one thing that happened to you once will occur over and over again. The pain of rejection is generated almost entirely from overgeneralization. Mental filter. You pick out a negative detail in any situation and dwell on it exclusively, thus perceiving that the whole situation is negative. Disqualifying the positive. You transform neutral or even positive experiences into negative ones. Disqualifying the positive is one of the most destructive forms of cognitive distortion. Jumping to conclusions. When you jump to conclusions, you arbitrarily jump to a negative conclusion that is not justified by the facts of the situation. 2 examples of jumping to conclusion are mind reading and the fortune teller error. Magnification and minimization. When you magnify, you look at your errors, fears, or imperfections and exaggerate their importance. When you minimize, you inappropriately shrink things until they appear tiny, such as your own desirable qualities or others' imperfections. Emotional reasoning. You take your emotions as evidence for the truth. When the logic is I feel like a dud, therefore I am a dud. This kind of reasoning is misleading because your feelings reflect your thoughts and beliefs. Should statements. You try to motivate yourself by saying, I should do this or I must do that. Labeling and mislabeling. Labeling refers to your tendency to create a completely negative self-image based on your errors. Mislabeling refers to your tendency to describe an event with words that are inaccurate and emotionally heavily loaded. Personalization. You assume responsibility for a negative event when there is no basis for doing so. Your thoughts create your emotions. Therefore, your emotions cannot prove that your thoughts are accurate. How can we boost self-esteem? Talk back to that internal critic. First, train yourself to recognize and write down the self-critical thoughts as they go through your mind. Second, learn why these thoughts are distorted. And third, practice talking back to them so as to develop a more realistic self-evaluation system. Use the triple column technique. A triple column technique's example is such that the automatic thought is I never do anything right. The cognitive distortion for this thought is overgeneralization. And the rational response is that this is nonsense. I do lots of things right. Use mental biofeedback. When you are upset, first, zero in on those automatic negative thoughts and write them down, then read over the list of 10 cognitive distortions. Learn precisely how you are twisting things and blowing them out of proportion, and substitute a more objective thought that puts the lie to the one which made you look down on yourself. When you think that you are trapped and hopeless, your thinking is illogical, distorted, and skewed. Your feelings of hopelessness and total despair are just symptoms of depressive illness, not facts. People who feel hopeless never actually are hopeless. Hopefully these techniques can help you solve some of the puzzles with your emotions. If you enjoy this video and find it valuable, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to also check out the other videos in the personal development series where you will find more 5-minute summaries of amazing books. I'll see you on the next one.